Get it going. Come on. Okay, I believe. Okay, I think we're over the airways. We're broadcasting over the airways here. While we're waiting for confirmation from the folks out there, make sure the audio, everything's working good. Let us know. Of course, I'm going to remind everyone to go to hankstrange.com, sign up for the email list. Lola is going to be giving stuff away this whole entire month. She might double, triple, or quadruple, or quintuple up on some days, she says, because, it's kind of tough to get things mailed out or get people notified. But everything is going to be going through the email list, so everyone out there needs to get up on that email list. You can buy patches. If these guys remind me, I will show you guys. We've got some new patches coming, but we need to get these out of the door so we can pay the bills on the new patches. So we do have the this is the blaster patch, and this is the Hank Strange broadcast patch. So if you guys get those, you will be supporting us out there, and we do appreciate that. Let's see here. Let's get everything. Let's get the fellas up here, and I'm gonna smash the open button and get it going right now.
Welcome back to the Hank
Boom!
Strange situation.
All right, make sure you guys
Lifestyles
subscribe to
of
the channel,
rock and
smash the
loaded.
thumbs ups, ring the bell to be notified every time we go live, and we are live right now. Come on with the jazz hands, dudes. Let's see those jazz hands. Okay, listen, we've got two Richards. We've got FlyingRich. There he goes, FlyingRich, and he's rocking an old school Hank Strange patch, as well as Richard Hoffman of BWE Firearms. Not rocking any patches. We got to patch him up or something. I don't know what's going on here, but we have both of the Richards in here, and myself. Okay, I hope you guys have your big girl panties on, because it's gonna be on tonight. It's gonna be on. I'm actually gonna call this. This is episode 682, and we're gonna call it Two Richards Part Deux. Like I said, FlyingRich and BWE Rich, or AKA
Two big dicks.
Two dicks.
I thought it was going to be family therapy night.
Two. No. No. Not around here. Not around here. So, yeah, we're going to do... Listen, that's technically their name, Lola. They're both named Richard. Sometimes people call them Dick, right? FlyingRich. Some people have referred to you as Dick in your life. No? No?
Both Dick and a Dick.
Definitely Richard Hoffman. I know some people, they might not have said it to your face.
Yeah, I get called that a lot.
Right. And this is probably a good time for me to mention that the show is sponsored by Walther Arms. Shout out to the Walther. What? It's not a good time? Oh, okay. Shout out to those guys. Look, if you guys are looking for the Gun Nerd shirt, you can get this on Ballistic Ink. I forgot to say that. Shout out to everyone who's joining us. Smash those thumbs ups, ring the bell, all that kind of good stuff. Anyone needs a shout out, let us know here. We will give you the shout out. Appalachian Gunrunner says, this show is too rich for me. There's gonna be Johnson jokes. Yeah. Does anyone know anyone named Richard Johnson? Like, that's an awesome name, Dick Johnson.
Like Dick Trickle?
Shout out to Razor JB. I see him out there as well. Shout out to Eric Hammond as well. He says, well, everyone, I had real internet for a solid 15 minutes today. Then another delivery truck pulled my wire down. I've been there. That has actually happened to us here on this show as well. I didn't think that was that common, but yeah. Chris Bullis says, Richard Head. There you go. So, yeah, it's going to be, it's going to be a fun show. These guys have been together. You guys remember that? Anyone remember? No? Richard Hoffman doesn't. You've been here on a show. That's why we're calling it Part Deux.
Oh, we've been on a show together.
Yes.
I thought it meant like we were together.
That's not my business. Don't ask, don't tell. That's the part. Richard Hughes is trying to show his wedding ring, like if that means something.
Yeah.
I didn't get it from Richard. That's I just to clarify.
I didn't give you no damn wedding ring.
Night Train says dick hurts. There you go. Yeah. Lots of. James Miller says this show is an embarrassment of riches. Yeah. And Armin and Axis says smash those thumbs up. So what's up with you guys? Let's see. How did I sort this out before? How do we do it? Do we go rich 1, rich 2, dick 1, dick 2?
Mm-hmm.
How do we do this?
Oh, I got a question for you. You visited Eric, Iraq veteran.
Oh boy.
Did you, before Thanksgiving, did you shoot a turkey with him and bring it home and cook it?
No. This is a deflection question to my question. That's 1. 2, no, we didn't know. We didn't shoot any turkeys while we were out there. We did a bunch of stuff, but we didn't shoot any turkeys. We did do some shooting. And I did a couple of different videos with him. At some point, you guys should see those come out. I did the podcast with him and Matt of Ballistic Inc., so that should be out there as well. Kathleen Music Lover says 2 Richards overdose. And let's see. James Miller says, Hank, how do you think a show with Vincent and BWE Richard would go? Oh, that might be crazy.
Yes, got to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if BWE has seen that. And let's see. John Crump gave us $5. He says about to text you something that can't be shared.
Oh, dude, text me too.
Dick pic.
Yeah, probably. Probably. Lola says how. Huh? What's that?
I haven't talked about anything Crumpy does and told me not to talk about except to my wife.
Oh, okay. And Lola says, how about just FlyingRich and Richard? I don't think that's going to be as much fun, Lola. That's not going to be as much fun. We could call this show Strange and Two Dicks. 2 dicks and some strange. I don't know.
Well, you look like you got some pube on the top of your head. You know?
Ooh, zing. That was a good one. Uh-oh. And then Richard's sending me stuff.
We're not in the right positions. You got to move me over and you in the middle.
Yeah, we got to reverse the order.
Man, yeah, let me see. I'm gonna, let's see what, yeah. So, yeah, definitely we don't want to share what Crump is sending over here. So, listen, Crump, I need some time. He wants to know what I think about it. Yeah, I'm going to need some time to...
Again, you shouldn't talk about.
I'm going to need some time to absorb that and analyze that. So, okay. M. Gabriel says my science name is Max Planck. So, and Shooting Gallery NE says sounds like a Dr. Seuss porno, and there you go.
Wait. Crump isn't sending you Richard pictures, is he?
No. We'll come back. We'll come back to
You want
at some point way in the future. We'll probably come back to what he's sending there. So, Crump is hard at work out there. Hard at work. And I hope the folks out there.
Is that a Richard joke? So.
Huh? Is that a Richard joke? Oh, okay. Are you not allowed to curse, Richard, because you're home? You can't curse, can you?
Me?
Yeah, or do you curse at all? I don't know if you do. Huh? Oh, okay.
I want the bird to learn anything.
Oh, let's see. Let's get a look at Pebbles. How's Pebbles? We'll do a Pebbles check-in. Boom. There you go, Pebbles. There
Pebbles.
You go. Pebbles in the limelight. There you go. He should be happy. He's in the limelight. And what's on your sweatshirt, by the way?
This is a Chris Ann Ball sweatshirt, and
okay. Fake news, lying since 1807.
Thomas Jefferson was saying fake news back then.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yes.
There's an actual. So hold on. What's the quote of Jefferson? What was?
It's on the back of the shirt. I don't know.
Okay, hold on. Let's see if we can get that. Let's see if we can get it. Okay. Something which I can't see. Hold up your
hood up.
Yeah, put your hoodie on. Don't worry, no one's gonna. You won't get arrested. Okay, then crouch down a little bit. No, okay, no, okay, you're flexing.
Stand up.
Don't flex. Straighten your back. Man, this is turning into like a porno thing. Nothing can now
Bend
be
over, grab
believed.
your ankles.
Yeah, you've got to arch your back backwards. We can't see what's on. Okay,
There
you
we go.
Oh, goodness gracious. Nothing can now be believed, which is seen in a newspaper. Truth itself becomes suspicious by being put into that polluted vehicle. The real extent of this state of misinformation is known only to those who are in situations to confront facts within their knowledge with the lies of the day. Thomas Jefferson. So he didn't say fake news, but effectively, with olden speak, that's
He
what
said
that
fake
was.
news.
Yeah, he said fake news effectively with that. Yeah. So there you go.
Kathleen says bend over.
Yeah.
Which I got to tell my favorite bend over joke. There's
All right.
Shelter Island between the two forks of Long Island. There's an island called Shelter Island, and there was a family with the last name of Dover, and they had 3 kids: Ben, Eileen, and Neil.
You know what? You really are a dick.
But that's a true story.
Okay, sure.
No, it is true.
Okay, I want to see the newspaper clippings. Battle Chris says you're a good sport.
I don't know who
And,
it is, but-
yeah, and Kathleen Music Lover did say bend over. I'm not sure what kind of stuff Kathleen's into, but you never know. I don't know. Does she have a 3D printer? We were talking 3D printers yesterday. She might be printing her own Richards over there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so
Well,
you never know.
I watched Brandon Herrera today, and he had the Claymore on the Roomba, and I want to 3D print a Claymore just to put it on my Roomba.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So you had a for real one? I didn't see.
I don't think it was for real.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I think it was fake.
Yeah. You never know. You never know with Brandon. Was that one of the meme? That wasn't a meme video,
Yeah,
right?
that was. Yeah,
That was the meme.
I didn't see my meme in there. The meme that I did,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
where it said, AK-50, Loch Ness monster, and Bigfoot, a myth, and 2 rarely seen animals.
Are you trying to get on Brandon Herrera's meme, one of his meme videos?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. That's interesting.
Yeah,
That's
with Crowder sitting behind the chair that says "Change my mind."
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's like I've noticed everyone now is trying to get up on what's the gun award, the Gundys?
Oh yeah, that's
everyone's campaigning now to get on the Gundys, so
I didn't vote yet, but my vote can be bought. So if Hank, John
For what?
Crump, and let's see, Shooting Gallery in New England, I know are in the right.
There's no way. I'm not going to campaign for the Gundys. Is cool. I would rather help folks out there who want to get a Gundy award in there, because you know the Gundys is kind of like a pyramid scheme. I'm not saying that in a bad way, but
What the hell is it?
you know,
I don't even know what it is.
it's basically like an award show for gun guys.
Yeah.
But the gun guys are out there campaigning for their own people to vote for them. Except, to vote for your people, you got to go in there, I guess, and fill out stuff.
The auto recyclers when I look it up.
Huh?
I get Gundy's auto recyclers. What's the link?
Yeah. John Crump says vote for me. I would rather you guys go out and vote for John Crump for a Gundy. Help him get a Gundy. Or Clover Tack, I know, is trying to get a Gundy. And I think Shooting Gallery NE is trying to get a Gundy. Go vote for those guys. But it's kind of like, it's an award show for gun guys. It's put on by gun guys, right? But the way that it works out, the people who can get the most people to vote for them are who wins. And then the pyramid scheme part of it, which I think, and I'm not mad at it, I'm not trying to knock them at all, I think it's a brilliant idea. The thing is that you're getting your own people to go there and sign up and give them their info, which is, I guess, awesome. It's a trade-off, right? But whoever gets the most people to support them wins. I don't know how that's like. I think it would be better if they picked some good video categories or good gun stuff that was put out there in different categories, like news or this or that, and then everyone kind of just went there and voted on it, and but I understand the way that it goes, and so I personally would rather support the folks out there who really want to get one, like how John Crump wants to get one, or Shooting Gallery New England wants to get one, or Rich, if you want to get one, we'll put you up in there and we'll do a whole.
I haven't applied.
We'll do a thing. I'll rather campaign for you guys to get that. So.
So I'm looking at Instagram. I think I have that gun. Roy Hill, Possum Fatback. He's got a rifle laid across a deer, so I guess he got something to eat.
Let's see.
He probably hit it with his car.
And I reached out, grabbed it.
No. He's actually out there hunting. Let's see. I'll throw that up there. That's good. That's a good shot. There you go. Boom. That's I think when he sent me that, I said, "Oh, that's great. Sausages.
More.
That's what she's got going there. If you guys go comment in there and give our friend Roy a shout out. Let me see. I'm gonna say sausages right there.
And I got to say thanks
if I
to
can
Roy
spell
for
it right. Huh?
I want to say thanks to Roy for buying us dinner. Actually, what's Pete Brownell bought us dinner?
Oh.
That was real nice, Pete.
Yeah. Razor JB says Gundys are corrupt by the group who puts it together, kind of like how they all became big over a summer. Listen, people have lots of different tactics out there. I see exactly where you're going with it. I just think that, hey, as long as you guys know what you're getting into, it's all good. I think adults
care less about.
Huh? Go ahead.
I care less about Gundys. Just send me cash.
Oh, and if people send you cash, they'll get your vote?
Well, I mean,
oh, you just
if
want the
it's
cash.
Enough cash. I just want people to send me cash.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Shooting Gallery NE says get me to the Gundys. So,
I'm voting for Joe, Shooting Gallery.
Yeah. Yeah. So
there'll be two votes. He voted for himself, and then I voted.
Right. Yeah. Listen,
now, I have an infinite.
My thing on this, I just want to say this real quick. If you're an adult and you know what you're getting into, even if you don't know what you're getting into, if you're an adult, you should always know what you're getting into. Right? And as long as you know what you're doing and you're doing it with eyes open, it's all good. So, what were you going to say?
That's weird. It looks like I already have a login.
James Miller says if Biden voters can be paid to vote, so can I. So can I.
Wait, they got paid?
Which voting machines are they using?
I don't know. It must be. It must have Dominion on it in order for it to work. So
all that shit going to be counted in Venezuela?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just pull up in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. when they stop voting and dump a whole bunch of votes for yourself, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and I did change. I just, my Twitter handle, instead of FlyingRich, I changed my Twitter handle to President-elect FlyingRich. And I think we all should do that with our social media. Because the president-elect isn't the president-elect until December 14th, when the electors actually vote.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he's
okay.
A little bit of
snarkasm. Some snarkasm for Richard Hughes right there. And Shooting Gallery NEC says, I don't really expect to win considering it's a blatant popularity contest. It's more of trying to have fun. If I win, it's even better. So there you go. And that's why I say my take on this whole thing is, I would say just like support the smaller creators out there and help them get some kind of light. That's the way I look at that whole thing. And I'm not a big creator or anything like that. I would say I'm I'm somewhere in the small creator thing as well. But there's a lot of small creators out there who can do with some attention from this kind of stuff, and hopefully folks out there will go out and support them versus just like the big guys winning every year because they have the most followers. So
okay, I'm voting for Joe as breakout creator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see. John Crump says, vote for me or I will investigate you.
Uh-oh.
So, That's also a way to get some shine, John. So
Investigate this.
November 750. William says the Two Dicks One Hank podcast. So there you go.
One yank or one Hank?
Well,
if it takes you one, that's your business.
Depends on how you hear it. Yeah. Yeah. So let's see. Let's see what else is going on here. Kathleen Music Lover says President-elect Hank Strange. And she says, I don't create anything, but I do need cash. So, and Chris Bullis wants to know who's in the same category with Shooting Gallery A&E. How do you guys even get into categories?
There's a search. So after you log in, it's search for nominees, and then you'll see what category they're in.
And how do people get nominated?
I think you nominate yourself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it would be cool if there was like a different system.
I think everybody ought to just go and nominate themselves.
Well, that's pretty much probably what happens.
I like what
Right?
DCG 44 said. Just there should be a category for best gun guy with a bird.
Yeah, right. Just make up categories. Yeah, everyone just make up a category. Yeah. Yeah.
I could win at something.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. I don't know if we want to keep looking into that, but look, I'm going to say it again. Anyone who wants to participate in that, I would gladly encourage everyone to go support you. So FlyingRich is doing it, and let's see who else is doing it. John Crump is doing it, and Shooting Gallery NE is doing it. CB says the NFAC. What?
Caleb Savant's out there, gun drummer. Here's all sorts of people that you know and love. It's tough.
Yeah. CB says NFAC leader got arrested. I never saw that. So if you have a link, share it with us. I didn't see anything about that. Let's see. I'll search it and see what comes up on the old Google machine. Let's warm up the Google machine. NFAC leader as charged with assaulting, resisting, or impeding certain officers after he allegedly aimed an AR platform rifle at members of the U.S. Secret Service.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, and LMPD while they were on the roof of Jefferson County Grand Jury Building. Yeah, that's...
Man, I've pointed guns at the Secret Service before.
Oh, sure, right.
Pointed guns at them or ran them over with a two-wheeler full of Walther PPKs.
Oh, okay. Do you have video of that? Do you have some video evidence?
No, that was pre-phone. That was 1990s. They used to come into Inner Arms to train their newbies.
Oh, well, see, that was friendly.
Because the trainer knew that we would, in the gun shop, we would fuck with them to no end. So they'd come in and, they're protecting this guy. So we'd walk between them with, Rossi 971s and everything else, and run them over and push them down and anything we can.
Yeah.
And they were not supposed to pull their guns.
Oh, okay. So it's training.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the reason why. That's the reason why you didn't get locked up. Yeah. So it seems
we were told to push it as hard as we wanted.
Okay. A little bit of hazing. Let's go back to this article here for a second. Let me see. I'll throw this back up on the screen, and let's get rid of that. Okay, so NFAC leader federally charged, accused of pointing gun at officers while group was in Louisville. So this goes back to, according to court documents, the charges stem from a demonstration that took place the evening of September 4th at Jefferson Square Park. That's the same day Johnson's group, NFAC, made their way to Louisville to protest the rescheduled Derby, along with other demonstrations that were planned the same day. Federal investigators allege the incident started out when officers were notified of several heavily armed individuals who were parked on Armory Place next to a parking garage. The officers, along with federal agents, made their way to the roof of the Jefferson County Grand Jury building, where they watched over Armory Place to monitor the heavily armed individuals, according to court documents. When the officers arrived to the rooftop a short time later, a few of them reported they were blinded by a light, which they determined was a flashlight mounted on the rifle being aimed at them by Johnson. So, man, you know,
somebody had a flashlight on their Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, what? Yeah, and I'm not really sure about that whole thing. Maybe there was a laser or something involved in that. I don't know. So,
I can't imagine being blinded by a flashlight. You know?
Yeah.
A Johnson maybe, but a flashlight, no.
Yeah, I mean, you know. Yeah, I don't know. Listen, I think so. At first blush, this seems like they're just trying to find a reason to arrest the guy. I'm not a fan of NFAC or anything like that, but it just seems like one of those kind of things. Oh, we saw him jaywalking. He crossed the street illegally.
My question is, what's heavily armed?
Good question.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Oh, he had an AR-15. Ooh, whippy.
Yeah.
Get a real gun. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Night Train says we all knew NFAC leader would eventually wind up in trouble sooner or later. But yeah, this is not. These don't really sound like. I don't know how serious these charges really are. So, you know,
basically federal charges that's a whole nother league of defending your butt. You know, financially. Mm-hmm. So if you're up on Fed charges, that's a big deal. That's, you know, worse than kind of, you know, state felony charges, you know, federal charges.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I would assume if they really wanted to stick, they've got more than that. They would have more than that, but who knows, right? You know, maybe there's deeper things going on there. But to me, it just seems like not a. It doesn't seem like a serious charge. That's just my first interpretation of it. Maybe more stuff comes out of it. Maybe it leads to other things. Maybe, you know, it's part of steps that they're taking or whatever. We'll see what comes out of that. I'm definitely not trying to defend him. Yeah. I mean, I think it's the kind of thing that one day we can also be looking at, right? If we don't like stuff going on or we're protesting about it and we're doing this and that, and then they're like, oh, those guys pointed guns at me. You might not even have seen the people up on the building, you know?
Right.
So,
right. Well, I always laugh at the heavily armed, or, you know, it's like he had 500 rounds of ammunition. I'm like, yeah, that's why I shoot in an hour at the range, you know?
Yeah, that's a box. That's like, I saw some good prices at the store.
Right. Mm-hmm. Do you remember, like, growing up in New York and you'd see, like, ABC News, they had a stash of guns, and it's not even half what's in your living room, Hank, you know?
Yeah. That's actually true. You know, a stash.
You're like,
a stash, and the guy had like 2 guns. Yeah.
They'd show that when I was a kid, and I'd look in my gun closet and say, what the hell are they talking about?
Yeah.
I got more than that there, and I'm 10.
Right, yeah. So, but we'll see. We'll see if that develops, becomes anything more. Sometimes the feds throw nuisance charges at you just as part of a game they're playing.
No, it's,
you know,
get you to shut up, and it could be to do a further investigation on you. Maybe they think, you know, they pull a threat, they'll find something else.
Yeah, maybe that gives them the authority to go in and do different things. So, you know, and Brian Quick says NFAC is getting everything they deserve. At the very least, it's karma. Yeah, I don't feel sorry for them or anything. I think it's all part of this, right? So, look, right now, these federal agents can't find any kind of corruption or voter fraud. I think that's more important to me. You know, how come the media doesn't cover any of this stuff? The president literally has to go make his own YouTube video to get information out there. We're living in a batshit crazy ass world.
Oh yeah.
The feds might have some more important stuff to do. Huh?
James O'Keefe, Project Veritas.
Yeah, the Project Veritas stuff is interesting.
So basically, CNN is saying, "Hey, we're going to cover this, not cover this. Don't talk about Hunter." You know, it's pretty freaking amazing. You think? My local radio guy, Brian Mudd on WJNO, he always says the biggest abuse of media is, you know, them not covering something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, even if it's, my thing, I would say if it's crap, right? Cover it. Show us where it's crap. If you refuse to cover it, that right there is a problem to me. If you refuse to, if you're just like, nope, it's crap, don't worry about it, nothing to see here, that's the more worrying thing. Go out there and investigate it. Spend some time, put some effort into looking into what's going on, and tell us what's going on, right? And come back with some stuff. No, didn't bother.
I think it's pretty bad if your lawyer goes to the computer shop and says he wants the computer back. It's like, if that doesn't say it's your laptop, I don't know what does. No, I didn't admit it was my laptop, but I did send my lawyer there to get it back.
Yeah.
What a putz.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is the kind of crazy that we're dealing with here, so I don't know, man. It's kind of surreal to see all of this stuff going on, right? It's really surreal
I think
to
Joe
see
Biden is going to appoint Hunter as Secretary of State because he has such great foreign experience already.
Yeah. I carry my revolver in single action says the media and FBI were all over the NASCAR rope thing. Sad. Yeah.
Yep.
What are we talking about here?
Didn't they send 12 agents down there?
Yeah.
I mean,
FBI's a joke.
Yeah. So
how many times you pointed guns at FBI guys?
Lots.
So anyway, that was one thing. I didn't see that story. Wasn't aware of the NFAC situation going on there. You guys want to switch? Like, I did see something cool. If you guys heard of the Barnauls, and obviously we do a lot of stuff with Barnauls, so fair warning. But Barnauls has the What Would Stoner Do rifles. Has anyone seen any of this stuff? Anyone seen this? Okay.
Where did you see that?
Yeah, it's otherwise known as, here, let me see. I'll give you a link right now. How about that? I'll put a link here for the folks. Let me see if I can put this up. It won't let me put that link. It might be too long or something like that. It won't let me put it in. Oh, yeah, it's too long. That's why it won't let me put it in the chat. Probably Lola's going to come in and put it up. But here, I'll show everyone what I'm talking about. So if you go to Barnauls, they've been developing this for a while with KE Arms. And so there's going to be a rifle, and right now it's in pre-order. That's coming out, so a complete rifle at some point will be out here if I can get this. Basically, if you take a look at this is a one-piece stock and lower that's made of polymer. The full rifle is going to be about $1,700, but right now you can get just the stripped lower, for example, is coming available on Barnauls, so you can get just a stripped lower for $109. And I think, what was it? You can also get the, and that's pre-order, but in stock is what is called the AR-15 KP complete lower receivers mil-spec polymer, and this is $199. So this comes like complete with trigger and all that. Let me see if I can just get these. Yeah.
$199. That's a steal.
Yeah. So I know it's showing up real small here in the screen. And Barnauls had a video on this on their YouTube channel. What's that?
If you go to Barnauls.com and it's on their homepage just to the right, it's the dark area. It said WWSD 2020.
Yeah. What would Stoner do?
What would Stoner do? Hey, cool.
Oh, what would Stoner do?
Yeah.
I thought it was what would a stoner do?
Oh. Okay.
Sorry, little mix up there.
Right.
So, dude,
double entendre.
You've seen the Stoner survival rifle. What is it? Is that the AR-7?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here, I'll run in a video. Let me see here. I'll try to just show you guys just a little bit of the video of this with Paul Levy talking about it. So I think this is really cool, man. This is like a one-piece polymer put together by KE Arms. So it's going to be a lighter situation here. You can build out the rest of the rifle. I would definitely SBR the crap out of this, and put a nice lightweight gun up there. But the last time we had Roy from Barnauls on, he was talking about this, and as Rich is saying, if you wanna see more about this, Barnauls, let's see, what would Stoner do? WWSD. That's the best way. Yeah. And there's a whole page that Barnauls has on there, as Rich was saying. What would Stoner do 2020? An introduction to what Stoner would do 2020. In the 1950s, Eugene Stoner's groundbreaking rifle went against almost every tradition in firearms design. He used space-age aluminum and composites instead of traditional wood and steel. At the time, his ideas about gun design were considered visionary, futuristic, and even radical. Today's firearms based on Stoner's ideas are carried by every branch of the U.S. military, employed by law enforcement, and owned by millions of American citizens exercising their constitutionally guaranteed rights. Stoner's ideas have stood the test of time, even 2 decades after his death in 1997. But what if we still had Eugene Stoner around? What if he had access to the most modern materials and manufacturing methods? How would he make his rifle even lighter and more capable and user-friendly? So what would Stoner do? That's the question. The WWSD 2020 rifle by Ian and Carl from In Range TV attempts to answer. Available in early 2020, which is now kind of late 2020, from Barnauls. So it goes on.
Wait, they're not on the Kel-Tec schedule, are they?
There's a whole video here that you guys can look into that shows, you know, different places where this idea came from and how they developed it and brought it along and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's interesting that we're starting to see this stuff trickle out there now.
Do you know what? I think I'm going to pre-order one of these because at that price, it's the same price as a lower, you know, basically a lower assembly. Mm-hmm. And it's got the fire control group, everything in there.
Yeah.
So...
Don Ferguson wants to know if it's polymer or glass.
I'm sure it's a glass reinforced polymer.
I'm sure it's glass.
Yeah. I'm going to go with, I guess both of the Riches said, I think it's glass reinforced polymer. Mm-hmm. Probably with some inserts in particular places. So... Len Holt says Stoner would make a better bullpup.
Stoner would make whatever the military would buy, and that's all he would make.
Yeah, and DCG44 says, keep in mind, you do not need to buy grip, buttstock, buffer tube, etc., as it's all in one. So, you know, I think it's pretty cool. There's a video on YouTube, like I said, from Paul. I showed you guys a little bit of that, so you can check that out.
Yeah, but when you go to crack an FBI agent's skull with it, it just kind of falls apart.
Yeah, I disavow any knowledge of what Rich is talking about right now. If you agents want to...
they've got my address.
Yeah.
They're outside right now. What are you talking about, address?
Yeah. They're waiting for you to come out of the building and try pointing some stuff at them and see how that goes. So,
it's not the first time I've pointed a gun at them.
Yeah.
A couple of their agents on their terrorist squad here in Orlando.
Okay.
Shoot with one at subgun match.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's see. I'm just trying to find out more info for people who are asking. So let's see here.
All I got to say is, what's the matter with you if you didn't buy it already? I mean, they bought me dinner one night. You should just buy it.
Yeah. How do you know I haven't bought it? You know, maybe.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying everybody in the audience.
Yeah. Oh, because they bought you dinner, everyone should buy this?
They bought me dinner. Yeah.
Maybe you should all buy us one since they got you dinner.
Yeah. Look, I just
How
blew
about
my
them
load
apples?
the other day.
Huh?
I ain't buying shit.
I would probably try to get like 2 of these or something, put one up. I just like collecting lowers. I think it's a cool lower. But if you want to see some stats of it, which are on the website, it says, what makes this lower different than its counterparts? The answer is simple. The KE Arms KP15 is a monolithic polymer AR-15 style lower receiver made from injection molded 30% glass filled nylon. Its unique design incorporates the buffer tube, pistol grip, trigger, and a 13-inch LOP buttstock into the receiver as integral components. The result is an affordably priced, lightweight, lower receiver. So there you go. That should be a lot of info on that. I did reach out to Roy about this, but as Richard Hughes pointed out here, he's out hunting right now. He's getting the meat for the winter.
What do you mean hunting? He just walks out his back door.
Oh, is that wasn't his back door? I don't think that was his back door. Whatever. Yeah, get Roy's back door out of your mind.
Oh, crap. Oh. Wow. I have never had that thought.
Okay, Len Holt wants to know, will it pass through an X-ray machine? Is it EMP proof?
We got to Tyven test it?
Yeah. 6762 says you can get a strip version too. Yeah.
Might as well get the full version.
Well, so I don't think, like not all parts will just go in there. I think you have to be, they've got some kind of compatible parts list on the website from what I saw. So I don't think you could just drop anything in there. So if you want to keep it simple, you might, the 199 is really not that bad, but for 109 you can get that. You are saving a bunch of money compared to all the things that you would have to get the stripped one. You just have to make sure you get the right parts to go in there.
Okay, so a fire control group is $50 if you buy the cheapest one on the planet, and then you're still going to need a buffer and a spring because you don't need a buffer tube.
Mm-hmm.
So you're still going to be, another $20 into it. You're like $70 for. You might as well buy the one from them with it all built.
Yeah. And
yeah,
go
but
from
it
there.
doesn't have the happy switch on it. What the hell good is it?
Well, Len Holt says you should get one, Rich, fly a BWE and
Put
make
the
it
happy
full auto.
switch on it.
Huh? Yeah. I agree with that, man.
I'd probably do an auto sear.
Okay. I think
that's what I'm going to do next. It's an auto sear.
Yeah, I wonder how light people could build these.
Are you going to 3D print auto sears?
No, I'm going to machine it. I want it to hold up more than 4 shots.
Chris Bolus asked a question I was thinking, is there going to be a special upper for this?
Probably.
Good question, right?
He said they'll spec. So, yeah, who knows? Maybe they're going to be doing an upper. But I guess
I'll bet they do an upper for it.
Yeah. Johnny Kamikaze says, watch the series from beginning 2017. I think it's a really great project. It's good. It's cool to see this come to fruition, this kind of stuff. So, James Pellerin says, I think it uses the piston upper, no buffer spring. So,
I can see on one of the pictures here, there's definitely a buffer in the stock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What would you guys build? I would keep going for lightweight, go for an SBR. I would like to get a polymer upper at least, And
I always thought, because I'm a poor man, I want to own an MP5, so I just got an AR9. But the one I brought over your house, the barrel's heavy on an AR9. Okay. So I don't know that if I was going to go lightweight, I definitely wouldn't do something. I'd do a pencil barrel, something short, maybe a 16-inch pencil barrel and some skeletonized rail.
Okay. First of all, I gotta say this, FlyingRich. Poor men don't have their own boards. So let's start with that, yeah.
It was cheap.
No, I refuse.
Last 25 years so far, so, one payment.
Yeah. What would you do, Richard Hoffman? I can't even say Rich H because you're both Rich H.
Yeah.
So annoying.
I wouldn't build an AR.
Huh? You build an AR, you're saying, or you wouldn't?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't. What would you build?
Wow, I don't even know.
Come on, give us the dream thing out of this.
I'd probably finish half the projects I've got around here.
Oh yeah, if you had time. Yeah, we'll definitely finish my MP5. How about that?
Yeah, that's going to be done shortly.
We'll start right there.
Finish that, and then I got to make MK 760 barrels so I can get Max done.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And get that back to him. And then I don't know. I keep looking at this MG42 and thinking, should I finish this thing?
So you have a parts kit or something you're putting together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't know if I can afford to feed it.
Right. Let's see. Len Holt says some company out there makes a carbon fiber rail. There's some carbon fiber barrels out there.
Well, carbon wrapped.
Carbon wrapped.
Yeah.
Yep. You could probably do some cool things. I've seen some handguards that look like MP5 type handguards that are interesting.
See, I like the carbon handguard. That's nice. But I don't know the weights on carbon barrels. I don't know that I want to really spend that kind of money.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to keep it cheap. Yeah.
Yeah, if I was going to use something long-range precision, a carbon wrap barrel, sure.
Okay.
But this
Lola,
isn't a
whatever that
long-range
is, I can
precision.
hear it. Okay. Let's see. Something belt fed might be nice. Yeah. Nice
Now,
belt
I
fed.
would like one of the Razorback uppers from my M16. That's the 22 long rifle belt fed upper.
Yeah. Oh, 22 would be cool in this too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Belt fed
That's a
22.
blast. That is an absolute hoot.
Yeah. Actually, that's a good direction.
Yeah.
That would be a fun one.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that would be fun. Yeah.
Too bad they don't make it anymore.
No.
No.
Oh.
Lakeside went out of business. He called me about buying the business. But I didn't have $8 million for it.
Oh.
And it's like, what are you, high? $8 million.
Yeah, people have an overinflated idea of what their business is
Can
worth.
you put that on payment?
Yeah.
Show me your books.
Can I pay you?
They're like,
Can I pay you $350 a month for the next 300 years? And get you that money back.
I might start working on one.
Yeah, so DCG44 brought this up, guys, not me. DCG44 says we need Palmetto and Sentry to get those damn promised affordable HK clones out before any Biden ban.
Oh man,
So,
what an F up that could be, huh?
Go ahead.
Like Palmetto is ready to drop a very cool firearm, and that could be it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't. From what they're saying, so far as PSA, that MP5 clone is not coming out till next year, and I'm gonna say that it's probably way backburnered to everything else that's supposed to come out next year, right? Because we're supposed to see the Jackal, which I think would be awesome. I'm not going to be in and this sounds really horrible, so I know you're going to have to live with the horrible words that come out of my mouth here, but, I'm going to get my MP5 before that, so.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be
Oh,
super
the
in a
one
rush. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to get my BWE version.
It's not like Josiah's coming over dropping one off.
No. But I think that's going to be backburner to a lot of stuff because we're not going to see. The dagger ran into some problems, obviously. They sold daggers, but I think there were some parts or something that were an issue. And so those aren't actually getting issued until sometime next year. Then you got the Jackal. You got some other things that will probably come out before PSA's MP5 clone. So, man, we might not see that till the end of next year, if at all, on that one. And then the Go ahead.
I was about 50 seconds late ordering the dagger. It's like, I think it went live, was it 3 o'clock or something like that, or 2 o'clock?
Something like 3-ish, I think, yeah.
Yeah, it was sold out.
Yeah, sold out immediately. So far as the Sentry Arms one, Walter was saying that he heard that's going to be $3,000. So I don't know how affordable
Yeah.
That's going to be. And then there's no confirmation of that. That's allegedly. I hate the air quotes.
Well,
but,
if you want to save, what, $200 over the HK, you know.
Yeah, that's not affordable enough.
$3,000 for a Century? I mean, you only got a 50-50 shot the damn gun's going to go bang anyways.
Well, okay, Century's not making it. It's someone in Turkey is making them.
No, I'm sure it's a MKE.
Yeah, so that leads us into the other story that we were going to talk about. If I could find it here, I will pull it up. So there's this whole drama going on, and this is on the Firearms blog. So it says Zenith Firearms cuts ties with MKE, new product launch in 2021. And this is a little bit of a long article to explain exactly what's going on here. It says, it talks about Zenith being a family-owned company. And also it says Turkish MKE Mechanical and Chemical Industry Corporation. And the writer says he knows both of them fairly well. But apparently these guys have some kind of falling out. So now they're not dealing with each other, and this is where Zenith is getting the this is where Zenith has been getting their MP5 clones from, right? And then probably also why we haven't seen any new Zenith MP5 clones come across yet, or in a while. Yet somehow magically Century is going to be getting them. So anyway, the article goes on to say here, and I could just read it out for you guys a little bit. Where did it go? Okay. Let's pull this up here. Okay, it says Zenith Firearms and MKE have a long relationship, but you know, all things come to an end. So there's this, it says below you can find a long, detailed, and interesting explanation about the end of MKE imports by Zenith Firearms. And it says this press release serves as an announcement that Zenith Firearms will no longer be importing MKE-produced firearms. The philosophy that Zenith has always carried is to reach for excellence with integrity. The product that we brought to the U.S. market is high quality. The customer service that we provide is superior. The ammunition we now import is of excellent quality. These guys have Trump must be their PR guy.
Zenith is quality?
It's the very, very best.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I wonder what Walter is thinking about all of this, man. He's got a couple of these Zeniths. So let's see.
Zenith or that MKE Zenith are the idiots who had put the block in the back of the receiver so you couldn't put a full auto bolt in the MP5s.
Okay.
So you couldn't use a registered pack with it. Dumbasses.
Yeah, well, there you go. And so apparently they're coming out with something in 2021. But for anyone who wants to know, it goes to talk about there was some kind of lawsuit, and there was $42 million owed and all kinds of stuff, and they helped MKE get ammo, and then at some point MKE tried to get a bribe from them, and then they went to the feds, you know, and then whoever tried to get that bribe got arrested, you know, and this whole thing just goes into a whole long saga. I don't know if people out there have really dug into this. You know, Richard Hoffman, you've been around for a long time. This kind of stuff happens often or no?
Every single day.
Okay.
If you deal with anybody outside of the United States, you are bribing them. I don't care what industry you're in. You pay people to get stuff done, period.
Yeah.
I personally, I don't see anything wrong with it. I want to get this done here. You know, InterArms used to buy, I don't think Rossi owned a single tool. InterArms bought them all.
Okay.
Some of that was bribes. Some of it was the imports into Brazil for tools was astronomical.
Okay.
So InterArms would just say, no, they're ours. We're just letting them use it.
Okay.
So they didn't have to pay the imports. But I mean, it goes on all the time. I don't understand why everybody gets their panties in a bunch. You know, it goes on here all the time.
Yeah, but people also go to jail over it. I mean, let's be honest. There were some Glock people that went to jail over bribes. Remember that?
Yeah,
That wasn't even too long
I
ago.
get asked all the time from, local bureaucrats and stuff for bribes, different people from bribes. And it's like, okay, who do you want me to make the check out to?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you mean a check? I said, I'm writing that shit off my taxes. It's a business expense.
A bribe?
Yeah.
No, in a different, not as a straight up. You don't put on your taxes IRS.
Bet your ass I do.
This was a bribe I had to pay.
Yep. I've done it before.
They made me do it. But listen, people get arrested. That's happened to Glock. It's happened to other companies. It's a thing. It goes on out there. So I'm not saying that, yes, there is corruption here in America, without a doubt.
I mean, what the hell? If you get busted, if they try to bust you, you just buy a judge. It's not that expensive.
Right.
I
feel
mean,
like there's some irony
saying-
in what you're saying here that, this is like ironic humor.
Yeah, it's the truth.
You got to
not
have
the
deep
first time.
pockets to do this kind of stuff and not get in trouble. And still, eventually, it's going to come up and someone's going to get in trouble over it. Right? Right or wrong?
You just need more dirt on people that's got more to lose than you do.
Okay. Just Hillary them. That's the final solution.
Well, that's why I think no honest guys ever get elected, because you can't manipulate them. The people that want somebody elected want to be able to manipulate them.
Right.
That's why they make sure they have somebody they got dirt on, like Joe Biden.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Biden's not going to last that long either. And Kioski says, didn't they have to do that stuff to be able to meet import regs? Yeah. Listen, I agree with you, though, Richard Hoffman, that, this is a lot of how business is done, and especially when you're doing stuff with overseas people. And this is why sometimes you guys see there's problems with things coming in from Israel or from this place or that place. We run into issues. People have seen this blockage going on with when it comes to Zenith. This has been going on for a while, at least since last SHOT Show.
Yeah.
So it's just coming to light now, and people need to think about this. These things are happening, but it takes time before everyone comes out and starts confessing. We're seeing it. We see the tea leaves or the smoke signals, and everyone goes, no, that's not happening. I don't believe it. And then later on, 6 months, a year, 2 years down the line, it comes out like, oh yeah, well, okay, that happened. That's true. But don't worry about
Everybody's just too scared to say what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You want a politician, buy a politician.
Yeah, Kioski says that was talking about putting the blocks on the MP5 imports. So did they have to do that in order to meet regulations to bring it in?
All they had to do was pay off ATF. You just go to Tech Branch and you buy somebody a nice Christmas present. Guess what? It gets passed.
Right. Yeah.
Tell me ATF is not crooked. And every single person in Tech Branch is not crooked.
Mm-hmm. You would be a great guest to have on with Vincent from ATF, the undercover agent. Yeah. Did you see any of that?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't watch the whole show. I got to go back and watch it. That guy was
undercover
amazing.
Agent?
Yeah, he was an undercover agent.
Oh, I hate those faggots. I hate those faggots.
I disavow any.
My God. What a bunch of pants.
Yeah.
You know what Richard Hoffman's day job is? He's a family therapist.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had dealings with those schmucks, undercover agents from ATF.
Yeah, obviously these were trigger words.
Yeah.
These are trigger words for Hoffman. Yeah.
They don't have a set of balls on them, between the whole lot of them.
Yeah, I'm going to put you two guys together in a show, and I'm just going to make the intros and stand back.
Just skedaddle and...
Just let it all go. Wherever it goes, man, if it all burns down, it all burns down.
Yeah. There's very few people at ATF I have any respect for at all.
Mm-hmm.
Well, most of them are gone now because they got smart. Rick Vasquez is gone. Denise Brown.
Okay.
There's others.
I mean, I think that Vincent was in enforcement, as we talked about. You know, he was more like trying to go out there and catch the bad guys that were illegally manufacturing machine guns and things like that, right? You know, biker gangs and
those are the idiots that one of them told me, "Oh, we're coming to pick up that parts kit, that Thompson parts kit," and I'm like, "The fuck you are." Well, us in law enforcement, even though the legal team and the tech branch doesn't consider parts a machine gun, we in law enforcement do. I said, bring a body bag, dude. Simple as that. You steal from me, you're a dead man.
Yeah. Night Train says BWE. Rich tells it like it is and doesn't kiss ass.
Yeah, I could care less, you know.
But you know what? That's the great thing about it. America was started by people like Richard. People that say, "Hey, F you, I'm not dealing with this crap anymore." I don't know if you saw that bar in Staten Island, where
is that where the guy ripped up the the notice? Didn't they come and arrest him?
Yes.
Is he out?
Yeah,
Did he get bail?
I don't know if he's out, but they had a protest. You know, today. Like 6 o'clock, and the street was full of people.
Yeah,
and that's what it should be like. You know what? You're effing with my business. You're effing with my livelihood. You know, screw you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think ultimately they should just, you know, I've said that kind of thing. There's a point where you have to go, yeah, we're just not going to comply with your nonsense, or, you know, block off the roads, block access to the counties, etc. It's up to, like, it's either up to the local people that you elected to stand up and do something for you, or you're going to have to stand up for yourself. So, you know, that's, yeah.
I'm a big fan of civil disobedience. Chris Ann Hall calls it something else. I forget what she called it. But, you know, the whole idea of showing them, like, hey, kind of F around, find out.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Kioski. So a couple of things here. So Chris Bolus, let's get that one. He says, wouldn't it be funny if Vincent comes on with Richard and he's like, I know you. I don't know how often two crazy ass people actually know each other. It's possible, you know.
Maybe.
Yeah, you know. Kioski says BWE makes me think he put a few people in the ground that are on paper still on vacation. You know, he's
I've got a few people I will kill before I die. And they know that.
Yeah. So Rich from BWE is what's known technically in the business as batshit crazy.
Yep.
Can I change my name to like something else? Be the guy formerly known as Rich when I'm on with Pop?
Right.
I don't want any confusion.
Richard Hughes is like, listen, dude, I still have to get authorizations. You know, I don't want this to come up in any background searches.
Yeah.
Right.
That's okay. Yeah. I just bought a 3D printer, so the fun's about to start.
Yeah. Which, did you really get a 3D printer?
Yeah, I ordered it
Which one did you?
Day before yesterday.
Okay. What'd you get?
What the hell did I get? It was one of the ones that Matter Hackers makes.
Matter
Hackers, I don't know.
I've got two. I got the Ender 3. That one was real simple to get up and running.
Yeah.
Yeah. Len Holt says grumpy old man. I would say grumpy old man with machine guns.
Yes.
Is a
I
better
think he was
description.
a grumpy young man also.
Huh?
I think he was a grumpy young man also.
I think he was a grumpy baby.
A grumpy young man.
You know, he was a grumpy baby. When he came out, he smacked the doctor on the ass.
Yeah. It's a Matter Hackers Pulse XE.
Matter Hackers.
Is XE mean it's big?
It's not huge.
XE?
XE, but it does the carbon fiber filament.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you can make me some carbon fiber stuff.
Yep.
Nice. Okay, here, I'll throw it up on the screen for anyone who's interested. I don't know if the price is in here.
It's
About 900
Pulse
bucks.
about $1,200.
Well, depending on the options, I guess you get.
Yeah.
The $899. That's a hefty bit of price.
Yeah.
Yeah, compared to like a lot of the ones out there are like around 200-300. But I'm guessing, Hoffman, that this is more industrial or a little bit more industrial?
It's more industrial. One of the reasons I got it is the guys over at Keltec.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a print farm of, I think they've got 80 of these things now.
Okay.
And they just run 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Okay.
And I think they've had one breakdown. They had a part break on it.
Okay.
But other than that, when they got it fixed and it's up and running again.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one of the reasons I opted for it is,
Richard, are you good with electronics and stuff?
Somewhat. I'm better with mechanical than electrical.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to PC boards and stuff, I can plug them in.
Yeah, does he look like he has a lot of patience to you?
No, you're not going to be with these kinds of things. You're not going to be doing any chip stuff, unless a motor driver burns out or something like that. But hopefully they're socketed on that board.
Mm-hmm.
Even so, the Ender 3, and I don't know anything about this machine. This is the first time I looked at it. The Ender 3 is like 2-3 hours and it's built.
Yeah.
My first one, the ANET A8, was like an 8-hour build, and you didn't have to solder anything, and pretty much every single wire except for 2 were plug-in. But it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work to put it together.
Yeah, 8 hours, you're saying?
Oh yeah, 8 hours of somebody that knows how to work a tool. Ooh, Did I say that?
Yeah,
this
would
is
be that
supposed
person.
to be take it out of the box and start printing.
Yeah, I would give up at 8 minutes in. If I can't take that thing out of the box and plug it in and press print, and something starts printing up, I'm okay.
Yeah,
this is gonna get crazy now. So shout out to the Gun Snob joining us.
The E3D V6 hot end on that's a good hot end.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they tell me.
Yeah, I'm not sure what about this makes it print carbon fiber.
It's got one of the ruby nozzles in it.
Okay.
I think
most nozzles are brass. You use a ruby nozzle because it'll handle the abrasive particles in the filament.
Yeah.
Okay. No idea what you're talking about. Okay, listen. Shout out to Archangel out there. Smash the thumbs ups, everyone. Kiaski says my Ender 3 never worked. Gave up on it.
What?
Yeah. Just ship it over here, man.
Yeah, I'll have to sell a consulting session.
Yeah. Put it in a box. We'll get Rich to come down and get it working. But we won't send it back to you.
So the only thing about different filaments are hydroscopic. Pretty much they're all hydroscopic. You just have to worry about the absorption rate. So if your prints start going bad, and there's a couple of techniques to deal with that. And
are you saying that any of the machines that are out there could do carbon fiber, or?
Well, for a little while.
Yeah, if you have a brass nozzle. Oh. Uh-oh.
A brass nozzle.
Sorry, the bird flew.
The bird got away.
Yeah, if you have a brass nozzle, it's not going to last long. But a ruby nozzle, it'll last longer. So you could order a ruby nozzle for whatever setup you have.
Yeah.
Okay. A ruby nozzle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know the price on that.
Okay. I know the upgrade price was like $90. I think if you just buy one out, they're like $100 or something.
Mm-hmm.
For the ruby nozzle.
I know it looks expensive, but I think for someone like Rich from BWE, it's probably more industrial. You're getting into this to make stuff you could sell, right?
Yeah, I'm getting into this. One, to do fixturing and prototype parts.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to be screwing around with a printer. One of the reasons with this, I can either call over to Keltec and say, hey, my printer's not working, and they've got 8 of them that's the same thing, and they'll help me through it. or I can call matter hackers who are supposed to be really great with customer service and say, what the hell's going on? Just fix it, you know?
Okay.
You know,
understood. So your buddies with, that's a way of like, it's like a subtle flex. You're cool with the Keltec dudes.
What he's saying, Hank, in case you don't understand, is the Keltec people actually talk to him.
Right.
Yeah. And they think I'm crazy as shit, too.
Yeah. Oh, really? Why would they think that? I don't understand that.
We've shot together
so weird.
too many times.
They don't think that. They know it.
Yeah, they know it.
Yeah. Rich is the reason why they walk around with rifles slung over their backs.
Yeah.
In the factory.
Keltec has gone crazy with 3D printers over the last 3 years.
Yeah, I mean they're pushing the boundaries of some things. Yeah. I'm interested to see. I think what's the 22 that they just put out? I think we've got one.
Now the CMR 22. What's it called?
It's that 30. Is it? You're talking about that 33 round
22? Yeah.
22 thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think they made some parts for that with that, right?
They designed the whole gun on 3D printers and printed them. When I was there, the last time I was there, 2 months ago, they were showing me all their new printers, and we were talking printers. And,
so it's CP33.
Yeah, they opened up one of the printers, and they said, "What the hell is this doing here?" And pulled it out, and it was one of the halves, the grip and frame halves of that 33 round pistol, that CP33. And it's like, oh, let me take this over here. There was crap for that thing laying everywhere.
All right, so now here's a cool thing you can do. If you want to cast stuff, you could 3D print like PLA plastic, put it in plaster, burn it out, do like a lost wax process.
Yeah.
And then
go ahead.
Yeah, then you just pour in, the aluminum, and now you have a casting.
Yeah. That's cool. Have you ever done it? I'm sorry, Rich. Have you ever done anything like that?
I haven't. I want to.
Yeah,
but
we should try
I just figure I'll do it at a friend's house that has a lot of dirt around, so in case stuff catches fire.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with that. I don't mind. I'd love to. I would love to do something in the lost wax process. My dad wrote a book on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And the lost wax process was actually developed a long time ago in Nigeria. So growing up as a kid, he would always talk to me about that, and it's used in a bunch of things. Like Ferrari used it a lot. It's been used to make.
Everybody uses it.
Yeah,
that's how Ruger makes all their frames. It's all lost wax casting. Pine Tree Casting.
Oh, okay.
Which is they're owned by Ruger. They were formed by Ruger.
Okay.
And then they kind of split it off because they started getting so much casting work. But they do lost wax casting, and they started about 5 to 10 years ago. They started doing low melt plastic 3D prints. For prototype work for companies.
Okay, cool. I would love to do something like that, man. Just because I've never actually, I've heard it described to me. I've read the books about it and all that kind of stuff. But I would love to do something in that vein. By the way, Walter's out there from Safety Harbor Firearms.
I don't know, Walter.
Shout out to Walter. I don't know if he wants to come on maybe and talk to us a little bit about the Zenith stuff going on. Give us a little, obviously some clues are coming out to stuff that Walter's been seeing there for a while, but let us know, Walter. He says Cracker Barrel in my belly, so it sounds like he's eating.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it sounds like he...
Cracker Belly.
Yeah, he ate Cracker Barrel's restaurant. He says that's investment casting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
lost wax or investment casting.
And
my mom was a goldsmith and did a lot of.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, she didn't do the casting. She's got a company that did the casting for them, and I've talked to them, and they said, "Yeah, we've switched over to basically you just send us a 3D model and we print it and cast away."
Yeah. Yeah, very very interesting stuff. I know that's how, like, I've seen the stuff, like West Africans and Nigerians specifically did a lot of this stuff. This is how they did a lot of their intricate brass, gold, all kinds of different things that you see out there. So and they made it so detailed and all that kind of stuff. So very very interesting stuff that I would love to do sometime.
Actually, I got stuff I 3D printed right here.
Okay, what's this?
It's part of a single board computer tower with drive storage. It's part of a bigger project, but I designed and 3D printed all of that stuff.
Okay, very cool. It sounds like Richard Hoffman, you were gonna tell us something before we got into that, before we segued off into that.
Oh crap! What?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Kiaski says the fix for the PSA AKV9 also looks 3D printed. Could be. I don't know. I haven't looked real close at it.
I know Caltech is 3D printing some parts.
Yeah.
They got some nice printers too.
Right.
They got some expensive ones.
Yeah, Wolfwind Prepper, who seems to know a lot about this, says there is wax printing filament just for casting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
You can use, I think you can use just regular PLA, but they do have a wax that you can print with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a wax and then there's a water-soluble filament. So if you have a dual-head 3D printer and you don't want supports because you have overhangs, you can, with a dual head and wax, or the wax or the water-soluble as they call it, you print it, put it in warm water, and the support structure comes out.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So each manufacturing process that you do, like Walter would tell you all about this, I'm sure Richard also, that when you CNC design something, you're going to design the part for how you're going to machine it.
Mm-hmm.
And, hey, Walter.
Oh, look, we've got...
Walter.
Speak of the devil.
All right, what the fuck's going on here?
And he shall appear.
We have no fucking idea. That's why we wanted you in here.
Oh, boy. I don't know if this is even a good idea. We can hear you, Walter.
Hang on a second. Hang on a second.
Keep it G-rated.
Too late for that. Too late for that.
It is G-rated. Grandpa rated. Walter and I.
Yeah. Angry old men with machine guns is what we can now... We can now
I'll have to get one so I can join the team.
Call this.
Try this again.
Yeah, me and you, we're not old like these two. Rich,
Walter's a year older than me.
Oh, really?
I got your old.
Walter, you graduated high school in '82, right?
80.
80? All right, so he's 3 years older than me.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just a little baby right then in 80.
You know, I think about that time, and it was like, there was. The computer thing was just getting going, for real. The PC thing, the whole PC craze, the Apple and IBM and all that stuff. And I think about that, it's like, man, if I wouldn't, instead of going out and drinking and stuff, put money in some of those stuff.
If you would have put your drinking money in the stocks, you're saying?
Yeah, but I was too focused on other things.
Yeah.
If you would just put your drinking money in the bank, you would have been a millionaire.
Jeez.
I don't know about that. But if I would have bought some stent tubes.
Let's not go there. I get depressed every time I think about that.
Buy a whole bunch of those and drop them in a barrel of oil and just leave them for 30 years? Yeah. No.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you'd just be literally just pulling money out of that oil right now.
Yeah.
Pallets, $75 max.
Yeah. So let's see here. So Walter, I was asking you if you wanted to come on. This news has dropped from Zenith. Did you get a chance to look at any of that?
Yeah. Well, yes.
What do you think about that whole thing?
Somebody told me, and I'll just say somebody, one of the CEOs of Zenith, that the Turks didn't like Century Arms because they thought they screwed them on some other deals, on some surplus deals, and now this happens. So
yeah,
I don't know. I saw pictures of some of the stuff sitting in Turkey. OMG.
A lot of good stuff sitting out there. Looks sexy.
There's warehouses with 20-foot ceilings full of ammo and
Wow.
and rifles and old machine guns and all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They were trying to get that deal. They were trying to get into there and get that stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know what'll happen now, but yeah, Zenith. I didn't know anything about that lawsuit that was going on, the liability lawsuit. I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
But they got screwed on that. Looks like they got done in the backside by that.
Yeah.
And then of course, as typical with politics, as soon as the one side loses favor and the new side comes in, and there's new people to deal with, and that's not the same old deal you had with that guy. Mm-hmm. And everything over there works with bribes, I'm sure.
That's what Rich was saying.
And you can't, as an American, if you go over there and start bribing people, they'll throw your ass in jail here.
Okay.
Once they catch wind of it here, they'll charge you with all kinds of stuff. Throw your ass in jail here. So
you're bribing somebody. You're an evil person.
That's not fair.
Bunch of damn penny wastes.
But it is how business is done in
that's how it works around the world.
Yeah.
That's how business is done here.
You want that summer house on the Mediterranean? There it is for you. Just have the deal. Come on.
Yeah. So now Zenith is cut out of the picture with MKE, and then we're hearing, obviously, Sentry is saying that they're going to have a MP5 coming out from Turkey.
I talked to my Sentry sales guy yesterday because I wanted to just kind of talk to him. I don't buy that much from Sentry anymore because I don't do retail stuff. Mm-hmm. So I say, well, what's the MSRP on that? And he goes, $3,000.
God
and
damn.
I didn't go like, holy fuck. I didn't say anything like that. I just said, oh, okay, well, I'll keep my eyes out for it. Well, I'm not gonna. There's no sense. I can't do anything with him. He's just doing what he's told. So
yeah.
But
you
then
can't get the price change.
He goes into the whole spiel about it being made on HK machinery and because they used to have which is the same thing as Zenith. Zenith's the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's still being made by Turks in the factory. Mm-hmm. And Zenith had, I guess, the last ones they brought in after the SHOT Show last year. They got a shipment of a whole bunch of rifles in, and MP5s, and they had to do a lot of work to make them work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they weren't right from the factory. So.
Go ahead.
Does anybody know where HK is actually manufacturing their MP5s that they're bringing in?
Those are German.
Are they German?
German. Yeah, they're made in Germany.
Or are they just having them made in Spain and then saying, yeah, they're German?
They're made by the Pakistanis in the Pakistan factory.
Right.
On HK equipment.
Right.
They do have that, by the way.
Yeah.
So what's the price point on the German HK stuff?
Well, it's supposed to be like 2,700.
Yeah.
So why are these guys charging more? Theoretically, right?
Because it's a century.
Like I told you the other day, they're on the cheaper than dirt plan.
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
So they're just boosting up the price because they think there's going to be high demand and people are going to pay those prices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, they told me they got about 100 of them coming in December. Those are all probably going to go to the influencers and everybody else, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then he said in March there'll be more. Well, good luck.
Yeah.
If and when Creepy Joe and the Ho get the inauguration, yes. Mm-hmm. I think you're going to find Creepy Joe's going to shut everything down.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, especially imports. You're saying, right? Like that's going to be one of the places they can go into first, right? Yeah.
ATF doesn't like that stuff either. So.
Yeah.
And you've been reading the stuff from ATF about the braces, which reminds me a lot of my pain with ATF. To be frank. And the firearms blog's reaction is a lot the same reaction to their stuff that I had the reaction to my stuff. Like saying if they do that to one person, they have to do it to everybody.
Nope.
You don't believe that.
Nope.
Because they didn't do it. They didn't do that to everybody that makes bolt action uppers. So
I agree with you on that, but but I would say that with the potential or very likely Biden administration, oh yeah, lots of people are going to start getting smacked upside the head, and without trying to walk through a minefield of telling you guys things that are going on out there. Yeah, you're going to see very shortly ATF coming down on lots of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's all out there. They've been, from what I've seen and heard, they've just been slow walking it.
Back to Zenith thing, for them to say they're going to make guns in next year, may the force be with them. And to start from scratch and manufacture the HK guns, unless you have the tooling somehow stashed away someplace, good luck.
Yeah. I mean, look at what's happening with PSA. PSA has been, saying they're going to build those things here for a while, and I don't think it's impossible. But we're still, like we were just talking about that, Walt. We're at least a year away, if not more than that, from seeing PSA put out an MP5.
I think PSA had and nothing. I don't have anything against PSA, but they have a little bit of Keltec running in them right now.
Yeah.
They've got too many things all going at the same time. When you have 5-6 different projects all running at the same time, and you're trying to get them all going and get them right, and it's like, I don't care how many engineers you got working for you, it's not gonna always go as planned.
It's tough. It's tough. I mean, and right now it's tough, especially with the conditions that we're in, because there's such a high demand from their stuff. They're just honestly better, which they already know this. I don't think we'd be telling them something they don't know. They're better off just making the stuff that's in high demand right now and get those things out the door.
Yeah.
Prioritize your stuff and make just that stuff. And forget about the whiz-bang new gun until...
Yeah. And by the way...
you find out if you can even sell it.
Right. And by the way, we had Josiah from PSA on the Hacienda. There's one video out on that, Walter. I don't know if you saw it.
I got through half of it.
Why does he have to see the video? He was there.
Well, he might not know how awesome he was until
the magic of editing makes it even better.
Exactly.
You look thinner, taller.
Yes. I put a special filter on Walter. It's called the Walt. Yeah.
I wasn't jealous that all you guys were hanging out there, and I wasn't jealous that you got to shoot like the AKV or hang out with Josiah. I was jealous that you're shooting somebody else's ammo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? I shot up a bunch of my 9mm, and he had a whole case of that stuff there, and it didn't shoot his stuff up.
Yeah, I told you.
What the hell's wrong with you? You shoot his stuff up first.
It's not good form for Walter, right? Walter's one of those old school
old habits. It's hard to break old habits.
He's one of those old school dudes.
By the way, Richard, I got my Swedish K running too.
Oh, did you?
So I finally just said, okay. I saw some pictures of an extractor, and ejector. Excuse me. I saw pictures of the ejector guy holding it. I said, boom. It came out right from the first time around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah.
And I got a bunch of ammo for the STG.
I just bought 10 boxes of the brand new PPU stuff. So.
And that's the stuff I get. Did you get it from Graphs?
No, I got it from a place called LG Outdoors or something like that.
Okay.
For a better price.
Really?
Yeah.
I know.
What's the price? You got to tell him the price.
I think it was like $15.65 a box or something.
See, Graphs is $14.92 a box, I think.
Not on the website.
Or were you on their dealer website?
I might not have been. No, I might.
Yeah, because it's like 15 or 16 bucks or 17 bucks on their regular.
Yeah. So we're talking about the what are we talking about here? The Sturmgewehr.
The Sturmgewehr.
Yeah.
Yeah. SCG 44 MP.
Richard Hughes, you won't be invited to that one either. Sorry.
I'm not.
But I still love you.
Wait a minute. How much money does he have?
Oh well. You know what? I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
How much money do you have?
No.
We will be charging admission.
And everybody ain't shooting my ammo either, by the way.
Yeah.
So
I got to bring my own.
Yeah. Trust me, we kept it limited even when we had PSA over. So, for those similar reasons.
But I did burn through quite a bit of 9mm with the Swedish K because it's just so fun to shoot. So.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
They're, you know.
You watch Lola shoot it, and it goes.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't even move.
Didn't, yeah, that was beautiful.
You know when they say like it runs like a sewing machine? That's
Yeah.
the epitome
That's it.
of what that thing is. Yeah, it runs
Yeah.
like a frickin' sewing machine.
And it ran best that day with steel cased Russian ammo.
Yeah.
Really.
Just
Yeah.
just
Did
like
we
that.
even make a specific video on that? I know we did some stuff with PSA.
Yeah, Lola
we
did.
did. Oh, Lola has it. Okay. Yeah. Because we did some AKs. There's some AK stuff that they have coming out, including AK-74, other AKs they have coming out. So I'm gonna get those things up. There's a ton of videos that need to go up and out to the folks out there. So just be on the lookout
Now,
for that.
So, I
Walter,
hope
have you
that
shot it
Zenith-
with a drum yet?
Pardon me?
Have you shot it with the drum yet?
No, I haven't. I think I have a Sumi drum. I got to find it. It's someplace in my stuff. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I have to look around. If not, I'll buy one. It's not free.
Whenever we get together, if you can't find it and you want to use one, let me know. I got a dozen. I got a dozen of them or something sitting here.
What I want to get for that gun is the bullet catcher,
Yeah.
like they use if you were going creeping around in the night and
Yeah.
you don't want to leave any empty rounds. You just catch all your ammo.
What is it? A
They
net?
got all kinds of neat stuff for that thing.
It's a cloth bag that
Okay.
snaps on the receiver.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it like
That
a
way you
burlap,
could,
a burlap kind of bag?
You put a can on it and you dispatch your,
No evidence. Right. Understood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you leave and all there is deadness.
Yeah.
no empties. Yeah.
Yeah. So at some point
Wow.
here, we'll have a Safety Harbor BWE mashup going on.
Yes. Yeah.
We're probably going to do that when my MP5 goes together, and then Babyface will be there with his MP5. Which he hasn't thrown that in my face at all, Richard. Patrick hasn't. He hasn't shown off his. No, he has. Actually.
Wait. So Hank, you're saying Patrick did all the work himself and he's done already?
Yeah, it's amazing how that works. Yeah.
And you're an SOT, right, Hank?
Yeah, but I don't necessarily have
No, he's not a
Patrick's.
manufacturer.
Yeah, I'm not a manufacturer, but Patrick can do his own work. You got to have the skills, and you have to be willing to risk your
You
investment.
got to be willing to screw up.
Yeah, you have to be
Yeah, so-
willing to risk your investment, which Lola was not willing for me to risk.
No, I don't blame her.
Yeah,
I don't blame her either.
So, I mean, if you know Patrick, and then he's also batshit crazy, and he likes doing his own stuff. So I think at the end of the day, he pulled it off, right?
He's making videos with it too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's got some videos up there, but he pulled it off. It's out there. It's running.
It runs.
Yeah, he put someone's full auto pack on there. I think yours, Walt.
It ran just fine. Yeah. So,
Yeah, he did a good job. We're reasonably proud of him.
He's reasonably proud of himself.
Yeah, he's pretty. Yeah.
Broke his arm trying to pat himself on the back.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
But I hope, back to Zenith, I hope they have their ducks in line if they make that statement. They're going to come out in 2021 with their own gun. Now, conceivably, they could buy a lot of the parts that are being made here. There's a lot of American-made parts being made, and just put something together and probably do it. But, once again, may the force be with them.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. So do you guys, what's the popularity, do you think, and the folks out there in the chat can chime in here on this one, smash the thumbs ups as well and let us know, what is the popularity to you of an MP5 in the first place? I know, I'm putting those kits together, Patrick just put one together, and Richard, you hate MP5s. What's really the popularity of these things nowadays?
I don't think there is a whole lot.
Okay.
Now that the cops have gotten rid of them, they've lost a lot of their, people wanting them.
Cachet, you're saying?
Yeah.
You really think so? I mean, what about all the stuff from the movies? Like, I see people on Walter's website and on Facebook all the time. Walter, where's the MP5 stocks?
Yeah.
I want the MP5 stocks.
Well, you got to remember something. Every day, thousands of people turn 18 or 21, and a lot of newbie gun people every day. It's
Yeah.
like,
And they're
think about-
gamers. You know, they shoot the
Yeah.
MP5 and Call of Duty or whatever it may be.
Oh, that stuff. Yeah, the gaming thing. Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like-
Those
Yeah.
schmucks.
Yeah. And you know, why do you hate
wait,
the MP5 so much,
MP5
Richard?
kegs.
Okay, Rich, tell us all why you hate the MP5. Let's have it out. You hate the
One, it
ATF
shoots too-
and the MP5, but explain the MP5 one to us.
To me, it shoots too fast. Because every full auto subgun, I shoot in subgun matches.
Okay.
And the MP5 is just a little bit too fast.
How too fast is it?
About, what? 200-300 rounds a minute.
Okay. So is
Now the
there...
K runs fast. The K does go pretty good, but the
You know, I
Is it-
was looking at the video of your K, and it seems to run awful fast. Ks
well,
are
it is a
slower guns.
I mean, see, the weird thing, and Walter, you can speak on this because it's your gun, but I don't know. Call me crazy, but I'm glad that it runs fast. But I didn't have a problem with it, but I'm not looking at it from your perspective, Rich. You know, competing, you compete with subguns.
Yeah.
So that's probably why you're looking at it that way. I never thought it was too fast, Walter. What do you think?
I know that the full size one doesn't seem fast.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess when you're used to shooting PPSH 41s, they're not fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a chainsaw. Yeah, zip.
But yeah, okay, if you're shooting a Swedish K or the Smith & Wesson gun or a Uzi, which goes pop, 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 pop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, MP5
Yeah.
is fast. Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Now, Rich, you're a Uzi guy, so this is probably why
Yeah.
you think it's too fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the speed of the Uzi.
So the Uzi is a good sub-gun match gun.
Oh, it's one of the best.
Okay.
So
you know,
Yeah.
the Uzi's what, 600 rounds per minute,
650. You know,
and the Sten is like 550.
yeah.
Guns even.
Yeah. So what's the MP5? Is it
What is it,
1,000?
900 or
No,
something
it's
like
not
that?
1,000.
It's not
Is it?
1,000.
That's not a. It's not 1,000. A Mac 10's
800?
running that 1,000, 1,200
Yeah.
thing.
800. So what
Yeah.
is an AR running at? Like a M16?
Well, my opinion, it depends on the ammo you're shooting.
Yeah.
If you're shooting steel case wolf, not very fast. If you
So
shoot,
the internet says 950.
950.
So it says 700 to 950.
Okay.
okay.
And John Doe, excuse me, says Chris Vector is the fastest sub,
Oh,
period.
there we go.
And yeah, the Chris Vest, man, let me say this again. Chris Vector. It is pretty fast, I think.
I don't know. I think the fastest is a micro Uzi.
Micro Uzi.
They're running about 1,800 to 2,000 rounds a minute. That
Yeah.
thing's a bullet hose.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have one of those out.
Oh yeah, I've never shot a micro Uzi machine gun. Have I? I don't think I have, Walt.
I never have. So.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make that happen. When are you doing that, Rich?
I don't know.
Come on, let's make it
I
happen.
gotta get the MP5 done.
Yeah, get the
And we
MP5
gotta
done, and
make
let's
sure we have
let's
ammo.
yeah. 762.
Just so everybody knows, I can't.
Mhm.
I was gonna say I can't see the chat if anybody's asking me anything. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. 762 says he just says don't the mini Uzis have a high rate?
It's like $90. They're
Yeah.
No, Uzis are slow.
yeah, Uzis. The full size Uzis are slow. The minis are about the same speed as
950.
MP5,
Hmm.
and then the micros are like an M11.
Mm-hmm.
But then, how if you
Yeah.
if you did this comment under my name?
Oh. And one of the things I would say is me. By the way, hi to Peggy. I don't know if she already went by.
They said hello.
Yeah. I heard that Peggy said, "Don't comment under my name, damn it," and then smacked you in the back of the head.
Oh,
Yeah.
more. Can I have more, please?
Domestic abuse.
May I have another mistress?
More. Let me get my backside up. Oh yeah.
Oh. Boy.
Oh dear.
This is what happens when you entitle the show Two Dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, welcome to the Two Dick Show, Walt.
2 bits?
Two.
Is it a bitsa?
No, two dicks.
Bits of this and bits of that?
No, two dicks.
Oh, dicks.
Yeah.
Well, you 2 dicks have a nice day.
Because we got Rich and Rich here. I think the MP5 is going to stay popular and probably build up a little bit. That's why there's all this conversation about it and everyone's trying to put them out. I think it's a very iconic kind of thing for everyone, just between the movies and all that stuff.
It's the Christmas gun, Die Hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
The HK is very uppity, too, by the way.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
that's
the higher end of the food chain when it comes to these guns.
Yeah, but does anyone respect you if you're getting an HK clone? Because if it's a clone, no one respects you, right?
A clone, you're white trash with a clone.
So where are you, like, with what myself and Babyface are doing? If you take a original one that was cut up and then put it back together, are you somewhere between white trash and?
You have to have a pre-ban 1980s HK.
Yeah.
One that is from Oberndorf,
Yeah.
Germany. Yes.
Oh.
And it's funny how many people call up and want me to build them an MP5 and put HK markings on it.
That's like a fake Rolex. That's like a fake Rolex. I wouldn't do it.
Well, if you buy a fake Rolex and you tell your friends, "Hey, man, this ain't real, but I got it because it was cheap," that's cool. But if you're mounting around with your wannabe HK from Oberndorf, Germany, and somebody who knows what one looks like, because I've had one, and you look at it and you go, "That ain't real." Ain't real.
Yeah.
Even the new ones they're selling now don't look like the old ones.
No.
So they don't.
No,
The finish is different.
Yeah, I'm fine with mine being a BWE.
I don't care
rebuild.
what I got a sent me HK kind of clone hybrid thing I built where it's got some HK parts, it's got some sent me parts. I can put plastic on it, it'll look like an HK. I can put wood on it, it looks like a sent me. It goes bang the same way.
Yep.
Yeah.
And at the time I maybe had $300 in the whole thing. So boom.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's a deal. Like if you compare it to $3,000.
Yeah.
But it was made on the same machine. This is marketing. It's made on the same machine. It's made on an HK
It's made on
machine.
HK equipment.
But Hans is not running the equipment. And Wilhelm is not doing quality control. And Mohammed is, and Mohammed's brother is doing the other part. Or excuse me, I don't know. They're not quite. I mean, the Turks are not quite like that with those names as much. But yes. So and then it's run by a 2.5 world country. So boom.
Yeah.
The Turks are a little higher up the food chain than a lot of them over there. But yeah.
Yeah, and then theoretically we could be looking if PSA ever puts it out at a $1,500 MP5 clone made in America.
And if they do that, they cannot make enough of them.
Yeah, it's over.
So
yeah,
and if they get the cheaper than dirt disease, they might shoot themselves in the foot because they'll really
They'll just piss people off. And
I don't think they're going to go that route. It just may be tough to get your hands on them once they actually start coming out. I mean, you see how the other things have been, at least initially.
Century Arms put that.
They're going to have the Kel-Tec release schedule and the Kel-Tec supply line?
Yeah, that's all because of Kel-Tec does that distributor. They're in a distribution program, right? So they have that kind of distribution system where they make everything. They make a lot of stuff. Kel-Tec makes a lot of stuff, and then they ship it out to the distributors who play games with it.
Yeah.
Right? So because they play games and put stuff off and hide things away and all that happens.
And it goes to the... it's all allocated or allow whatever it is. The ones that buy a lot of stuff get a lot of stuff. The ones that don't buy a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they make you buy a bunch of junk if you're a gun store. Things that you don't want. I actually had a distributor try to do that to me. Like a distributor called me up. He's like, "Well, let me explain to you about Kel-Tec." And he's like, then he starts to tell me how, they're a little tiny factory. It's literally one little tiny room. They only make one of their guns at a time.
No, it's like 7 buildings.
Yeah. And I said, okay, let me explain something
bet.
to you. That's total BS. I don't know who told you that, but I know that's not true. And he's like, "Oh, I'm telling." I was like, "Okay, dude, go on the little YouTube machine right now and pull up Keltec Factory Tour." He starts looking at that thing, and he's like, "Oh, is this you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know about this place." You know. So what you're trying to tell me is the big problem that everyone has with distributors and Keltecs. That you guys tell this stupid story that no one believes anymore, you know, and then you're trying to force people to buy stuff they don't want. Huh?
Go to Google Street View. You can see it's like 7
Yeah.
buildings on their property.
Do a satellite view of it. You can see
Yeah.
the place.
Yeah.
I think they just bought 2 more buildings on that street.
Yeah.
Or they bought 1 more and they're trying to buy the other one, but the guy didn't want to sell.
Yeah.
And he's right in between all their other buildings.
Yeah.
So it's Keltec, some other guy, Keltec.
Yeah, they're not messing around, and they build a lot of stuff. I think that that's their downfall.
What I was getting at is, you know how you have too many things, too many products that you know, and you don't focus on one or two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think also like Keltec is probably suffering a little bit from not going back to their old stuff and refreshing it. I mean, the ripoff of the P3AT, which was the Ruger LCP.
LCP.
Yeah, Ruger improved that
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They improved it, made an awesome gun. They ripped you off. You made the gun in the first place and don't have a new version of it yet. You know? Yeah, probably doing too much stuff. You should go back and redo some of those things. But, you know, to be honest with you, man, they're just printing money with those lightweight polymer guns.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, it's like polymer magazines. Once you get the dies right and everything's figured out, man, it's like
You just crank them out.
hotcakes. Yeah, I mean, look what they're selling the AC Unity mags from Bosnia for. RTG has them for like $8.95, stuff like that. You know, they got to make some money, so they're buying those things for nothing. You know, from Bosnia, and the Bosnians are making money. So.
Yeah, the Bosnians are getting that American money.
That's very good money, yeah. That's
dollar bill, yo.
it's real money.
Yeah. And that's one of the problems. Like, you get a SIG. What's the SIG mag? The SIG MPX magazines cost compared
Bend
to like
over.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't cost them anything to make. Well, it cost them something to make it because obviously they had to, you know, manufacture that thing in the first place and do.
Somebody's got to
Yeah,
assemble
totally.
it and package
Yeah.
it and everything.
Yeah, but the PSA Scorpion mags, man, those things are freaking, you know, a lot less expensive than those. So, you know, and,
Well,
yeah, and I think like for example with the ARV, even the AKV and things like that, that's nice, man. You know, those things are modern day versions of like the MP5 and everything. And probably in a lot of ways better, even though to me it doesn't have that classic. It's the classic. I like slapping the thing. Now, by the way, are you supposed to slap down that charging handle? Because someone told me on their gun, they were like, don't slap this charging handle down. You got to gently release it.
No, never gently release it.
wanna
Let
let
it
it
slam
go.
home. You don't have to slap it, but let
you
it
want it to go
slam.
home as hard as it can so it closes all the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Because if it on an HK, if it does not close all the way, guess what? It will not go bang. I found that out hunting before one time.
Okay.
Go to shoot a hog, and I checked to see if there was a round in the chamber before. The rollers didn't come all the way out. I pull the trigger, and it's like, click. So you want to see how fast a lefty can reload a right-handed design gun? Watch, I can show you. Yeah. Check the round out, pow, killed the hog.
You got it. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. So you went hog hunting with a MP5.
No, with HK91.
Oh, HK91. Okay.
I used to hunt with that thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that
Drag
makes
it through
sense.
the woods and the swamp. And one time I tripped over like a cypress knee in the middle of the swamp, dropped the gun completely underwater, picked it up, drained the barrel, and I shot a hog. Boom.
Yeah. So
Just
people
like
are
that.
saying slap it, but this particular person was like, no, don't do that.
No, let it go as hard as you can.
Yeah, you just need to pull it down and then it'll go, but don't hit the thing. So what happens if you hit the thing? What are people worried about? I mean, is it not welded on there properly like a man?
You're not going to break that thing by hitting that thing. Yeah.
You'll wear a little groove in the bolt handle, and that's it. But you're going to get
how
that
much
anyways.
How often does the average person ever do that?
Yeah.
Listen, the other day, and Lola's a witness to this. Okay, Lola's a witness to this. I had an AK that I sold to a friend of mine. Okay, and somebody had to suggest taking. I think you've seen pictures of the HK, Walt. Someone had to suggest taking off the dust cover. Now, I don't have video of this, so you guys are gonna have to believe what I'm telling you. Okay, I have taken off dust covers and put them on tons of times. Right? So I take off the dust cover and I pull out the bolt and everything, show them like, okay, this is, you put the dust cover back on as easy as this, and I didn't go back on. So now I'm getting mad and I'm slapping the dust cover and all this could not get this dust cover to go back on, no matter what we did. Like after about half an hour, we're looking at YouTube video. Yeah, we're looking at YouTube videos now, which is really super embarrassing when you are the YouTuber. With an AK-47. Yeah.
AK top cover.
Yeah, the AK dust cover, yeah. So we're looking at YouTube videos because I cannot figure out why the hell this thing won't go back. And now I'm trying to do everyone's trick, like, you push the bolt up, there's that little notch, and you put it just on the edge of the notch, and then put the thing down, and then none of that was working. So finally, I look at the dust cover. What do you think was wrong with it? It's bent out of shape. It's bent out of shape.
It's bent after you beat the fuck out of it.
Yeah, it's bent out of shape, and it's not going into that little notch.
That little recess.
In the back of it, right? Not up front on the bolt, but in the back of it, it's not going in. Yeah. So I go get my trusty. I was really proud of this moment because Lola's always telling me, like, why do you need these tools? So I had a little trusty brass hammer nearby. And I, knocked it down a little bit, put it back in. It was close, knocked it down, got it in there. Then I literally put that thing on there and boop, it flipped the bolt. Everything goes right in.
You officially get your gunsmith award.
Little brass hammer.
It was so stupid. I was so embarrassed. I was so mad at myself. I
think brass hammer. It's an AK. You're supposed to use a 3-pound sledge.
No, I still can't do it. No, it didn't really need all of that.
Okay, if you have a newer style top cover like a Romanian one, those real thin ones, yeah, you probably could manipulate it really easy with that little hammer. But if you get an old school one, big thick every one.
Yeah, but this was a Wasser. I think you've seen this one, Walt. Yeah, this was a Wasser. But yeah, and go ahead.
I can say that I've never had that happen. But
you never had that happen?
Where the back end's bent.
Yeah, that never happened to me either. So I'm just saying, and most people probably wouldn't admit it, but it did happen to me.
And your friend still took that POS then, right?
Oh, he took it. Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No, he was very interested in all that. Like, he's a very do-it-yourself kind of guy. He's one of my friends. He's real big, do-it-yourself kind of like born and raised here in Florida.
Have I met him before at your house?
I don't know. It's possible.
Bearded dude?
No. It's not Mark. No. It's another one of my friends. Remember, I told you I've got some friends that most of them are Marines. They're like everyone in the family. They're all Marines and stuff like that. So he's married to one of my friends that she was a Marine, and everyone else in her family is a Marine. But he's like one of those tough old, Florida country dudes.
Cracker?
Yeah, and he fixes everything. So he was very fascinated by everything I was doing.
Ah. You had a young Padawan.
Listen, he was just happy to get an AK. Man.
You were the Jedi master. Yes.
Yeah, he was just happy. He was just happy to get his hands on an old school.
Instead of a lightsaber, you pull out your brass hammer.
Yeah. At least I pulled it together because I was like, all of these guys know that I'm on YouTube and all that kind of stuff. And it was like, yeah, I can't go out like this. Because I could just imagine that conversation, like, oh, this guy's supposed to be on YouTube? They'll let anyone make, YouTube videos these days.
Literally, they will.
Yeah. But, sometimes you have to slow down. Sometimes you have to slow down and think about that's what I think it came to.
Yeah, sometimes you got to back a little bit up and go, What is
Yeah.
wrong with this pit?
And when you're beating up the gun, you're making it worse. But it made me think about like the HK thing. Is that a similar kind of situation where you somehow make it worse if you're...
No.
No, letting the thing fly, no, won't hurt a thing.
Okay.
See, I would pay to watch Walter and Richard fix something, and then I'd pay to watch Hank fix something for a totally different reason.
Trust me, there was a lot of cursing.
Everybody's got their different
Yeah.
techniques.
Yeah, there's a lot of cursing. Lola was walking around like, oh, you're still doing this? And she's the person who started the whole thing with like, oh, this is easy to clean. Just take the cover, show him, take the cover off. You know? And then I was like, oh, man, how did I get
Should
into
hand
it?
to her, say, hey, Lola, put it back together.
Yeah. No, she got in there and tried to do it also. But ultimately, once that thing is bent out of... Once that thing is bent out of shape there, it's not going to get into that little groove.
Yeah.
No.
And the truth of it that I learned is that you don't really have to smack that dust cover down to put it on. It's really, really, really not necessary.
Sometimes when you get the cover down and the spring won't go in, you take the bolt and just kind of wring it back, and they'll lift up the spring and it'll pop.
Yeah. Once I got that thing in shape, man, it was so easy. You know, it was so... I actually did it after that like 5 times. I even let him do it, you know, where I was like, hey, take this apart and do it. And he was like, oh, that's easy. And I was like, yeah, now you know. Now this is a lesson I'll never unlearn.
DCG 44S says cursing helps.
That's true.
It
It
does.
relieves that tension.
Yeah, that helps with the... That helps with the adrenaline and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know if
you
anyone...
take it by the barrel and whip it across the room too, that helps a lot.
Yeah. I don't
That's
know.
why your
And curse
MP5
at the same time.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch!
Yeah. Yeah. That's never a good thing when you just sold someone. Yeah.
Why,
Giving
it's
it a
not yours
patina.
anymore.
Hmm?
The hell
That's
do you
a battlefield
care?
pickup.
Yeah. Battlefield pickup, right. It's more money. It's more money now. Yeah. So I don't know if anyone else ever ran into that, but if you do, going forward, that is forever known as the Hank fix. Boom.
I've built a AK before where when I went to put the top cover on, the cover was too short because I didn't check that before I put it all together. Mm-hmm. So then I had to go in the back of the top cover and TIG weld on a little strip of to make up the tension.
Uh-huh.
So,
Wow.
or the top cover is a little bit too long and it gets filed a little bit off the front to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, better to be too long than too short, as they say.
Or too tight, too loose.
Yeah. Depending on your preferences or whatever.
Look tight is a German gun.
Yeah.
I just put a little weld on the end of it. It works fine.
There you go. A little blob there, a little blob
There should be a better way for this frickin' dust cover.
There is the crink off where it's hinged.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Why that wasn't done in the first place, but
1947.
yeah.
Less
It
work.
also costs more money too.
Yeah. Rich, do you have, and I'm talking to FlyingRich, you have any AKs? Were you ever into HKs or?
I have one AK, an underfolder. I bought it. I think I bought it when like Sandy Hook was going on.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, AK.
I
So you
have
bought
one
it?
AK, one AK wannabe, an SKS.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Okay, what about HKs?
No HKs. I'm HK poor.
HK? Oh, okay. All right.
fire up the printer.
Yeah. Yes. I think you can make this. How much you want to bet? Someone has a 3D model out there.
Speaking of that, are there 3D models out there for magazines? High capacity AK mags and stuff like that.
Oh, I don't know about AK, but definitely Glock mags out there.
There is.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking at 3D printing stuff online, Control Pew, CTRLPEW is the guy.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, so CTRLPEW.com.
Control Pew.
And, yep.
Mm-hmm.
He's got all sorts of crazy stuff. I've got to package up my AR9 design, and he's going to host it also.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you're going to be official on there with your AR9, huh?
It's going to be the Fraz AR9.
Really?
Yes.
That's the name on it? Okay, look at you. Now you're official.
Yeah, they're gonna get a.
Huh? Yeah.
They'll get one of these.
Yeah. Vincent Shuffaloo. Gen 2 is going to be showing up at your.
And when they show up at your door, we're not wearing suits or anything. They're like wearing regular street clothes too. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looking like a UPS guy or something.
Yeah.
Just easier to bury them.
Oh.
Yeah. We disavow any knowledge. If you that Richard Hoffman is on his own.
Did the FBI get confused when they raided Roger Stone's house? They thought they're going to Richard Hoffman's.
Yeah. You just got to use a lot of lime.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, listen. It's 9 o'clock. It's definitely 9 o'clock. Listen. We're gonna wrap this up here. Before
and on that note.
Yeah, absolutely. Time to wrap it up. Let's go around the clock here and find out from these guys how you all could, communicate with them, follow them on social media. I'll start with FlyingRich, Richard Hughes. How can people follow you?
I'm most popular on the Instagram, so FlyingRich Official. Pebbles is
Pebbles Bird.
Mm-hmm. Yep, on Instagram, and FlyingRich.com, and let's see, FlyingRich. Let's see, YouTube.com/FlyingRich.
Awesome.
And I got to get Mower Death in. Mower Death and stent parts for Walter.
Absolutely. The check is in the mail.
Thank you.
Yeah. Richard, so let's go to Richard Hoffman, BWE. How can the folks follow up with you and follow up with the progress on my MP5 also if they're interested?
Oh, it's right there.
I just had an idea for that. You could put a webcam on that, and the webcam just sits on it.
A webcam on what?
On the parts.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's a good idea.
And people can log in to see if there's any.
What's the progress?
Or if a
It'd be exciting when I throw it across the room.
Oh boy! And this is the official toss.
This yellow fluid's going on it,
Oh boy! Why are you giving him ideas? You don't give a crazy man ideas. Okay? You don't give a crazy man fuel and a lighter.
Well, unless you want to see something burn.
Okay, obviously that's what you want.
I prefer napalm, but
yeah. Okay. All right, Hoffman, tell us how the people can follow you out there. I don't know if you did or you
They
did.
can follow me on all of the social media stuff. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Parler, Minds, Full 30, Gunstreamer, BitChute. What the hell else is there? I don't know. But it's all whatever variation I had to use of BWE firearms.
All right.
And family therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Right. Okay, and last but not least, at Dirtfoot Racing / Walter K. Keller. How do the people follow up with you? Check out your different things you have going on.
Well, you can check out Dirtfoot Racing on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm still figuring out that Parler thing. I'm on Parler too. It's weird. It doesn't work like everything else does.
No, it's a little different. Yeah.
Kind of different, but I guess it's evolving. You see where YouTube is put a thing out today about they're trying to do like a crowdfunding thing. YouTube.
Okay, yeah. The guys from Utah. Yeah. So they're coming back.
Yeah, I was gonna. if I can find it, I'll forward you that email. I mean, it was like a posting on Facebook, I think.
Oh, okay, cool. Maybe we've had Sam Robinson from YouTube on. Maybe we'll get him to come back on here at some point. It would be cool if that we can get them to kick up, but they're still Full 30. Full 30 is, I think Richard BWE is on there.
Yeah.
You got Full 30. There's a whole bunch of different things. You can go to library.tv, take out the I. If you guys look that up, that's on the blockchain. What was the other one?
BitChute.
BitChute. Rumble?
Rumble's out
Rumble,
there, yeah. I'm on Rumble.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things out there. I like the ones that you don't have to upload every single thing and add another thing that you have to do. But there's a lot of different alternatives out there that you guys can get up on. So, Walter, did you get all your stuff out?
It's safetyfirearms.com, Safety Harbor Firearms on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube also.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can check us out there.
Awesome.
Stenparts.com.
Stenparts.com. Got it. Do not forget about that. Big thanks to Walther. I'm going to hit the end here. Everyone stay right there. Here we go. Boom. Make sure you guys smash the subscribe button, ring the bell so you can be notified every time we go live. We're going to rip the audio out of this and throw it up on iTunes and all the other places that you get your audio podcasts from. Big thanks to Richard Hoffman of BWE Firearms, FlyingRich of FlyingRich and Pebbles, Bird, as well as Walter Keller of Safety Harbor Firearms for coming in here and joining us, bringing some flavor to the conversation that was already pretty wild and crazy, to be honest.
Just a maneuverable Johnny-come-lately thing, you know what I'm saying?
Once the two dicks come in here and start crossing the streams, Walt.
Yellow.
Don't cross the stream.
Yeah, it could get crazy.
I told you, Hank, you had to be in the middle, so you're the fuzz in the middle.
Oh, thanks. No, that's okay. No, thank you.
Oh.
No.
What's Richard like with a few drinks in him?
Oh, God, you don't even want to know.
Yes. But listen, big shout out to everyone for joining us. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you. Make sure you go to Hank Strange and get up on that email list. We will be giving away a bunch of stuff for the month of December. We'll see everyone back here tomorrow. We're out. Who wants the last word? Last word. Nobody?
Earls.
Crap.
Brace up, baby. Brace it up.
Okay, there you go. You got it. We're out of here. Peace.